Hey guys, how's it going? Do you ever feel run down, kind of trapped with all your daily life decisions? Feel like you're stuck in the mud basically? Low energy, unmotivated? The cause of this might be because you're just simply not identifying your pains, your struggle, your fear. You might just not want to. You might be afraid to find what is there. So, best thing to do is start identifying that stuff and get out from underneath that rock and break those chains. Start living the life that you need to. So, the first thing is you might be asking, well, how do I identify that if I'm in denial? I don't even understand. What I would suggest is ask your friends who are around you, who are the people that you trust, who are the people you respect. You respect their opinion. And ask them, most importantly, to be honest. Be prepared to hear some pretty honest things, and sometimes that hurts to hear. And that's why we wouldn't be trying to keep it a secret or keep holding it down if it was easy to hear. But you're really not going to move ahead if you can't identify these pains. It makes them stronger. It makes them bigger than what they really are. It makes them feel like you're just in despair and you can't move forward in any of these things. But until you identify that, you're going to start making decisions and taking actions that maybe aren't best for you. You might end up all the way, life decisions, daily decisions, all the way to, you might be in a career that you don't like. It might end up with an addiction that you just don't even understand how to get out of. So the only way to really start healing is to identify, and what better way than ask family, friends who you trust, and get them listen, sit down, just one on one, or a nice quiet place, and focus, and really just take it in, and just be willing and open minded, and just discuss. Another way that you can, start identifying some of these pains and fears and struggles is get a pen and a journal, put that right beside your bed, and first thing when you wake up in the morning, try to get in the habit. Maybe just start out this week for 7 days, journal first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning is probably your most honest thoughts. There's not a lot of conditioning from outside sources. The trip to work, co-workers, all these other people feeding things inside your head more to just hide those pains. When you first wake up, it's just usually right there. It's usually the first thing that you kind of think of or subconsciously think of. And it will start to do a body scan. What do you feel physically? Where is it? Do you feel some knots in your stomach? Where you identify that it feels kind of like nervous? Is that in your chest, in your head? Depressed? Do you feel a little depressed, a little heavy? Is there some worry? And that be also mental. So you do a physical check, any aches and pains, and then mentally, yes, any anxiety, any worry, and usually these kind of go hand in hand a little bit. So it's all right. You don't have to have a distinction between the two. Just it will help you identify, everything. And then if you are in touch spiritually, ask yourself, how are you spiritually right now? Do you feel strong? Do you feel weak? Are you afraid? Is there fear? Do you feel confident? And then, just start writing these down. What are your thoughts? Any stories that you tell yourself that you're not good enough? Again, do you feel weak? Do you feel undeserving? Do you feel judged? This is all best to kind of come out in the morning. You will see, I suggest 7 days because you might start to see a pattern in those 7 days. And then you can really start identifying like what to prioritize to maybe focus on overcoming. Okay? And then the biggest one is when you identify some of these things, don't be afraid to ask for help. The same friends that maybe you asked for help to kind of be a mirror for yourself, maybe ask them, where do you have any suggestions where I might just start to overcome some of these struggles that I might be having? And I'm sure they ask anybody. Don't judge, oh, that person won't be able to help me because they don't understand. Just be open-minded and be willing to, and you'll be surprised what how much knowledge people around you really have. If that doesn't work, Google. You use the old Google search. So if maybe addiction, maybe you're struggling with addiction, there's a ton of help out there, a ton of hotlines, a ton of 12-step programs that are all free, and people will absolutely guide you along the way. Don't look to overcome these all in one day. This is a lifelong journey that we're on. Recovery is a lifelong journey. I know that sounds cliche, but it does get easier and easier and easier. So until the next video, let's start to journal and let's ask for help and look around who's around you, who you trust, who you respect, and just ask them for some help too and some support. Okay? So take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Make sure to share and subscribe. Also, if you know anybody that is struggling with addiction or anything like that, maybe point them in this direction to these videos and let's get them the help that they need. Okay? Take care, guys.